monitor level for the speakers, talk back level for the headphones, talk back to auxiliaries. So when we wish to communicate to people in that room, headphones are used. The way you do that is you use talk back to auxiliaries. The auxiliary master dials are here. We're using 5 and 6, auxiliary 5 and 6, which directly connect to the headphone amplifier. The way the studio seems to be configured mostly is to use 5 and 6 from the group faders. So I have these channels, which are DAW, Digital Audio Workstation, 1 through to 8, so I can play back separate 8 channels from the Pro Tools interface. But mostly you would use DAW 1 and 2 for stereo left and right. So this is for us to hear back from the computer. And then it seems they commonly use group 1 and 2, which is like our bus in Pro Tools, which sends the signal to these groups. So these are the group faders. We have 8. We can choose which group to be assigned to. So if I play back now, there is no sound. If I use left and right, it will go out the master fader. Turn those off. If I use group 7 and 8, that would be 7 and 8 here. Just like this concept is like the busing system in Pro Tools. 5 and 6 here. So we have up to 8 separate subgroups that can be sent out separately. If we were to configure this for surround, we could use the groups. So that could be front, left, right, center speaker, low frequency effect, surround left, surround right, if we had a surround system. That's the intention. Well, that's one of the applications, I should say, of having groups. But mostly, as I'd mentioned, you would use either left and right without the groups. Let me play that back. So then, no groups. The blue fader is left and right. Or use group 1 and 2. Raise the level. And you might say, well, what's the purpose of that? Why bother to use group 1 and 2? Well, you don't have to. If you're mixing in here, if you're mixing in here, then there's no need to use the groups. You just use left and right. But when you want to record musicians, and when you want them to hear what is played back, okay, then you need to use the groups and send out of 5 and 6, this is auxiliary 5, auxiliary 6, out of the group using a send, just like Pro Tools uses a send. These are called auxiliaries. In Pro Tools, the auxiliary, you're familiar with the auxiliary tracks in Pro Tools, similar concept. These go out of these group channels, 5 and 6. So for this group channel here, signal's being copied to 5 and 6. Its master group auxiliary is here, 5. That's the master level. For 5, that's master level. 6, both of these go to the headphone amplifier directly. So if you want to vary the level going to the headphone amplifier, if it's not loud enough from here, or if it's too loud, then you can adjust it here. You can also just adjust it on the headphone amplifier itself. There is another method which is not using the groups, okay, for the musicians to hear what is played back. So if you didn't want to do that, let me just play. Okay, it's playing. Assign this to left and right. So I'm monitoring, I'm hearing back using left and right. So if you wanted the musicians to hear what is played back, then from these faders, make sure you use 5, 6 on each one. Now the musicians would then hear what is coming back from these channels. That's another way of using the auxiliaries. So either way, but it might be more convenient for you to use the group. It's up to you. It's a little bit more convenient because you can control the level of the groups. If I was to send the signal out of Pro Tools, both out of left and right, and the groups, well, in this sense it doesn't really, you could send out both, but it doesn't really make sense to send it out left and right plus group, because we're just increasing the monitoring level through the speakers. But if you get confused, then go back and watch this video.